Freed from captivity, our brave adventurers ventured back to the cosmic astrological transport that Kitch had once called home. But now it is a death trap, just like this entire universe. What would you do in the case of an apocalypse?
This is a warning. This episode contains mature themes, including violence, body horror, and death. Viewer discretion is advised.
Escaping from the Mars simulation, the crew found themselves aboard an insane vessel filled with cultists. It had nightmarish horrors, and some of those were actually spaceships. Stealing one of the tentacled craft, you flew out to Kitch's ship, where you found Kitch strapped to a massive bomb. It's got these 3 prongs of pulsing energy. It looks like it could definitely destroy the vessel and maybe even more of the area around us. All of Mars? It's very unclear. With you is Dr. Curie, Gala Gala, and another one of the scientists from the ship. Kitch, you're conscious as your friends arrive, but just barely so. A lot of time has passed, or at least enough for Kitch to grow a mustache.
Where am I? What is this? Why can't I feel my fingers?
I don't know. What can you feel? What do you sense around?
Hunger. I'm so hungry. Does anybody have a donut?
What do you think a donut is? It could be different on our planet.
They're curly and they're deep fried.
Donuts are intergalactic.
38, 37, 36.
All right, I want to go up to the bomb and do some tech check. Like, okay, it's a time bomb because it's counting. And try and
5, 30,
red wire, blue wire. Does this count as hacking? Because I'm breaking the countdown.
Yeah, I think it is hacking because this bomb has a little computer attached to it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 plus 1. And I would like to use a willpower because this is a bomb.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I think I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That's 5 successes.
What an exceptional success.
Yeah.
You gain a beat, and as you are doing this thing, it suddenly begins to make intuitive sense to you. You can see how they constructed this device, and you understand that when the power is out on the middle spike and the power is full on the other 2, you can deactivate the middle spike and cause the energy in the other 2 to safely negate each other. It's going to be very precise, though. You're going to need to roll a dexterity plus composure check to do it.
Okay. Nobody talked. Is anybody else? Nobody talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't come near me. It's going to be very precise, technical. Maybe I should do the willpower here too. I'm not very good at this.
You can do it, Kinsey. We believe in you.
I'm gonna hold my breath.
Yeah, just
I'm-
hovering over your shoulder. No pressure.
So if I fail, it explodes. Is that what I think?
Oh yeah, it definitely explodes if you fail.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use another willpower because no. I'm glad I did because I got one success.
Oh man. It's not quite perfect timing, but it doesn't completely explode. The energy smashes into each other and it's just a little bit unbalanced. It doesn't explode the ship, but it does explode into parts all over this room, showering you all to take damage.
Wow.
I'm going to say for Gabriel, it's 2 bashing damage. And for everyone else, it would be 2 lethal damage, unless you'd like to reflexively activate a mage shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of mana for that. I'm not very familiar with matter spells, but yeah, I got 2 matter while throwing a matter shield.
2 matter. You can brace with your arm, and the clothing on your arms hardens to deflect both points of damage.
Oh, cool. That's amazing.
Can I order my shields up on me?
Not really on you, you don't think. What magic do you have it to?
And fate, life, and dimensional science, which is spirit.
Okay, so you could try to put on one of those.
I'll do life.
Okay, you take 1 fewer point of damage. Life armor doesn't stop as much damage as matter armor does, but it does give you a little bit more defense. And Mew-Mew, you're pretty close to where that explosion happens.
Yeah. I'm going to, I guess, because I was intuiting how the bomb works, I'm in the fate mindset.
Yeah.
So, fate spell or fate shield.
I think that with a fate shield, you have 2 dots of fate.
Yes.
You're gonna step just a little bit away from the center of the blast, and you do avoid some of the damage, but you still take 8 points of damage.
Man, I never healed from the other stuff. That wasn't so bad, right? That's way better than it could have been. Sorry.
Is everyone all right? Is everyone all right? Is everyone okay?
Yeah. It's just
I'm bleeding. No.
Then let's get you out of there. So, are you all right? So, how can you get what's the process of undoing what Kitch is in?
It seems that the explosion has shattered most of the mechanical pieces holding Kitch in place. Anyone can make a strength plus athletics check to extricate them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Super vampire strength.
Yeah. Could be straightforward. 5 successes.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
You
That happens. Now that's it. Let's get out of that. Just shatter the rest of it away. Can you take control of your ship?
Can bugles florg? Of course I can. Come on, follow me. I start running.
following Kitch through the nonsensical passageways, you find a corridor that almost looks the same, but as you turn a corner that you've never turned down before, you find yourself on the bridge and realize you have no idea how the hallways work. On the bridge, Kitch, it's intense. Someone has locked the controls with some sort of magical device here that you're going to need to be able to deactivate with hypertech to be able to move past this. You can access the sensors without disabling the device, and it seems that there are a number of catastrophic events happening simultaneously as red lights blink across your navigational display.
Well, I'll definitely activate my Fool's Rush in. Entropy 2. I whip out this like old-timey perfume bottle with the air like sac on a tube, and I spritz it on me.
Roll that Fate Gnosis. You just need a single success to get 2 more dice on your next 2 rolls.
I got a success.
Okay, so +2 on your intelligence hypertech.
6 successes.
Wow, that's an exceptional success. Take a beat, and you just turn it off. You're just like boop, boop, womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, no, Kitch just is like, oh, I see, and presses like one button.
Yeah, you open up like an operating menu, and then as it goes into that, you just pull out a mechanical piece, and it shuts down on the wrong spot. It is now inoperable, and it falls to the floor. It's trash. And yeah, Curie's on the bridge with you, and they are looking aghast. Oh no.
Who are you?
It's begun. Dr. Curie, we met down on the surface. I think that we did.
Oh, yes. I remember you.
The war has become overwhelming. Even if it's made it to this solar system, I can't imagine how the others are faring as we look out into a bleak hour now, my friends.
And this is which war?
Star Wars.
A war against the tradition. We had been in a disagreement with them about the consensus of how reality should happen. But what neither side realized was how many people were turned off by that battle and instead sold themselves to the abyss. That paradoxical point of view is the one that the cultists aboard that last vessel we were on share. And they used their abyssal anti-magic to take over my beloved colony.
Mars has been taken over?
Not just Mars. They tap on the monitor and pull up a hologram picture of Earth on fire. There are nuclear explosions that ripple over the surface. It's clear that there is intense combat happening on this little planet. And around outside it, you can see the blips of red and green spaceships, occasionally a blue blip, as there seems to be an intense dogfight around the planet. On the scans, the sun has started to split down the middle like a giant egg with a glowing white crack. Out of that crack is slipping something. It looks like a long, undulating snake. Around in the area, you can see that throughout space there are smaller skirmishes being fought in the asteroid belt, around Mars, not far from where you are, and deeper in the outer rings of this solar system by Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus.
Just like my dream.
Is that Earth? Is that our Earth? Is that right now? Or is this things that may come to pass but have not passed yet?
Oh,
Dr. Curie?
this is real time.
This seems to be happening right now from what my readings are telling me.
We're sure this isn't a simulation? We're in the right reality? This isn't...
Well, we're not too far. We can go look for yourself. But one of these readings says there's some sort of organic thing that punctured a hole in the ship. I gotta go take care of that, and then we can go.
But no.
Why would they attack Earth? We aren't part of the Galactic Federation, or whatever you want to call it.
I believe they're mages. The mages on Earth have, throughout the centuries, called themselves the traditions. Whoever this opponent is, have attacked them on Earth and perhaps the entire solar system. Dr. Curie, what is the name of this enemy faction that is attacking us?
We call them the Depraved, the Celestis.
As far as you know, what is their goal?
They can come from anywhere. Anyone who has touched the madness of battle has touched the insanity that is war. This world breaks people.
What is their ultimate goal? What are they trying to achieve?
Ultimate destruction of all reality.
But that would destroy them too. That doesn't make any sense. What?
That's what they seek, to destroy themselves and the world, to start again.
Can we go home? Can we help them? Can we fix it?
There is no home for you now. And they show the section of the earth that is Washington, D.C. It's gone.
Whoa.
We had family dinner for Sunday.
Seeing this truly upsets me. I feel like that might make me do a frenzy check.
Yeah, roll it.
That's everything I have.
Yeah.
Kitch is gonna pull out a stuffed animal that like looks like a cross between a tuna, like a really hairy tuna, and like a firefly, not a dragonfly, and just like give it to you, Kenzie, Mew-Mew, for comfort.
That's great because Mew-Mew is just crying.
Yeah, Kitch like pats you on the back a bit.
All my followers are dead. My parents are dead. The unicorn is dead. Now we're in space and there's no internet and everyone I know is gone except for Eustace. He's fine.
You look at
There's
you.
a whole planet of unicorns. I don't know how one of them ended up on your planet, but there's a whole planet of them.
It's not
Don't worry
the
about
same. That makes it worse. What are we supposed to do, Eustace?
I don't know. I refuse to accept that everyone we know is gone. I think they're fighting. They're taking a stand. It's not everything's lost yet.
But they're muggles. Where are the mages? They're muggles. How are they supposed to fight
We're-
against space?
We're
Wizards.
hardly mages. Yeah.
Technically, we're technically also space wizards, but no, you're right. They're probably in their bunkers or something.
Probably some really strong mages down there that are trying their best. Just gotta see what we can do up here, but who knows? Maybe they'll be able to reverse all of this.
The way I see it, we only have a few options, says Dr. Curie. This seems to be a fairly stable vessel. We could stay here and fight. We could try to save people from the earth. We could flee. We could return to the vessel from whence we came and search it for clues. Or there is a space station in this area. The COP, a massive Dyson sphere here, and they tap on an area on the space map. There's no stars there, just blackness.
NASA's really bad at their job if they missed all of this. I want to rescue people. I don't know if we can actually do that.
We'd probably only be able to rescue a handful of people at most, too.
You
Is
say
there
there's another
anything-
spaceship?
There's so many spaceships here, but there's a massive space station. The center for the Void Engineers. The Copernicus Research Center.
I let go of just a console or anything that's like of hip height, and I leave an imprint in it as my fists, my hands dig deep. But I roll 5 successes on
Phew. You maintain
Training myself.
control of your beast.
and I've lost.
For a moment, you feel in your mind that even though all hope is lost for those that you see on planet Earth, that is not where she is. Somehow, she still lives or unlives.
What were we discussing? What were you saying?
Hey, you got the credits? You got the credits to pay for that? My baby.
I did down there.
All right. Let's go fight for your planet back.
All right.
All right. So the ship is going to Earth.
I mean, we had a lot of options. How do you guys feel?
I literally wasn't listening. I was right. What are your options that you're giving me? I'm in and out of character. Wasn't listening. Because I was there.
Kenzie's crying. We're either gonna try and save people from Earth as we can. No one that we know specifically, but just generally. Fight other depraved people flying their ships around the planet here. Go to the other ship and look for clues, but I don't know clues about what.
Their plans, ultimately. People who were on
Yeah,
that
because it's the bad person's. It's the bad guy ship.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, maybe there's like what they're trying to do with the bomb, and then maybe we could get clues and prevent the thing.
Yes. Yes. That is I believe, the best course of action. I would like to vote for that. Let us go back to their ship and get answers, since they're the closest depraved that we have access to. And as the old axiom goes, knowledge is power. So we must attain some knowledge if we are to move forward in this endeavor.
It's also where Danielle is.
Yes, I'm aware. Also, my most likely my servant is on that ship, and I didn't find her. She's one of the very few things I have left. I'd like to try to recover her. She would be also very valuable to our.
All right. So how are you getting back over there?
Is the ship you're referring to the organic mass attached to mine?
No, that's like a small. You look on your scanners and you see that there's a small organic mass attached to your ship, and then a much larger organic mass that could have like enveloped your ship. It is that space creature which you were aboard. It's got all these black tubes. They hook into your body, and then you go into a matrix.
Okay. So the little organic matter came from the bigger one?
Yep.
Yes.
Got
How
it.
about we fly the little one back to? We'll fly the ship over there and try and board the older ship. Maybe we can just find a entrance.
Yeah. So
That would leave a big hole in my own ship, though. I need to like seal it.
That's true.
Oh, you could fly your ship into the larger ship and dock it on the larger ship. Or
okay.
You could just decompress the hallway where the little organic thing is and just deal with having a hole in your ship.
Let's dock it.
Okay.
I take hold of the controls to pilot.
Yeah, give me a piloting check. You see that there are actually enemy craft flying around the surface of this thing, and they fly towards your ship.
Pilot what?
Pilot Dex. Or pilot wits.
3 successes.
With 3 successes, you swerve the ship in. Those vessels are still hot on your tail, but you can dock here. With lightning fast reflexes, you slam open the docking door. It's just down the hall. You could show people. But those enemy craft are beginning to fly around. They're gonna reach your hull.
Do you have weapons on the ship to attack them? Defend yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll fire some like either. Well, let me
Can we man these attack weapons so that we could help defend your ship?
Can you? I don't know.
Yep.
They're Eustace and Kinsey are way more intelligent and technically savvy than I am. Perhaps they could.
Yeah, I mean,
Hi.
I'll just
Kenzie.
I'll make can I do a shield over my ship that's also mirror imaging, so it's kind of like an invisibility cloak, and then project my ship somewhere else?
Yeah, you can try to do that. It's gonna take your ship making a die roll, and it's gonna require you to roll a subterfuge plus piloting check. That's a fun die pool.
What should I do first?
Roll your ship's forces die pool.
Okay.
First, you need to be able to bend the light.
4 successes.
Okay, that's pretty good. Now it's a subterfuge plus piloting check.
Okay, that's only a 2.
Oh, what about manipulation? Do you have manipulation plus piloting?
Yeah, that gives me more. That gives me 4.
Okay.
But no successes on that.
They fly through the hologram and sucker onto the ship, drilling new holes.
Ah!
We're being boarded. We must repel them. And Curie's going to run off to fight on the ship. Any of you may disembark. Go and join them.
I'm sorry, where is our ship currently? Are we inside the bigger ship?
You have just docked with the bigger ship, yes. There
Okay.
isn't pressure here yet.
All right. How's the pressure? When
So you would have to go out through the door. There's like a docking hatch, is what Kitch can relay to you. If you go out that way, you would be in a pressurized corridor.
Oh, inside the cat.
You can go inside the larger vessel because the cat is now connected to that larger vessel.
Okay. Yes, I'll go fight off the invaders. Kitch, could anyone make the pressure so that we could survive in the docking area? Is that possible?
My ship can create energy. I don't think it can change pressure.
Not super great. I mean, it could create an energy field, which could stop the pressure change, but it wouldn't create its own pressure necessarily.
Yeah. Now Kitch is gonna pull out something that looks like a Pokédex. And I'm gonna cast some dimensional science magic to know more about our aliens, like weakness. Using hypertech.
What's our alien?
The things attacking my ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Roll dimensional science gnosis. And if it's a rote, you can add your hyper science. Nice. What about Mew-Mew and Eustace?
I'm going to. Kitch is using the computer, right?
Yeah, there's a number of different terminals.
I want to get on one of the panels and see if I can like put up the ship's shield or like have it generate an electrical pulse so it like repels all the sticky things on the ship.
Yeah, you can try to do that. But it won't be able to maintain the illusionary field. It can only do one of those two things at once.
Then the more offensive zap the ones attached.
Right.
That one.
Okay, so switching off the illusion without Kitch's permission. You're gonna fire up Zappy Zap. I do want you to roll a intelligence plus computers -2 to try to navigate this system. And Kitch, if you want to roll for the ship.
Ooh. Well, I failed my roll.
Never mind, don't roll for the ship. It doesn't happen.
Boop, 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 boop. I got it. It didn't work.
No, it's that button. It's that one over there. I rolled a 1 for my hypertech.
Okay. With one success, you can ask one question about these creatures.
Weakness.
Their weakness is being sung to. They cannot stand harmony.
Oh no.
Okay. I yell that. I yell that to the party.
Does this ship have any weapons on it, like guns of any kind? I don't know.
Your voice box is your weapon, Eustace.
Yeah, no, we ain't
I'm
doing
gonna
that.
grab Eustace
I
and
want to
try and
fight
drag
them with
him
a plasma
over.
rifle. Don't you have any like really cool like fusion rifles or something on this thing?
Now listen to your sister and sing. Or wait, are you? Oh no, yeah. Okay, but I'm also gonna. My ship does have like. It has the ability to create energy. So I don't like necessarily have like something that looks like what on your planet you call like a gun or a rifle, but I can create energy with my ship. I can create sound. I make my ship sing.
Okay, roll your ship singing check. What does it sound like?
It sounds like underwater mermaids.
Okay.
Kenzie's gonna sing along.
3 successes.
Kenzie will sing along. Not well.
Okay. As you reach the incision point there, Gabriel, you can see these teeth starting to uncurl and to like open up. And then the vibration starts and they immediately like writhe and clench the mouths and like pull away, ripping 2 new massive holes in the ship. You're right next to it. Curie is going to try to use their control over reality, and they do it to like force field over those holes. They are keeping the ship pressurized with their mind.
They're ripping holes in the ship, tearing it apart. We've got to get out of here. Or we have to neutralize them as fast as possible. If only there was a way. And yeah, just there. I'm there with Curie. Just trying to help her with that situation.
All right. I can hold it here. You should do whatever you came to this ship to do. I'm not sure how long I can hold out here.
All right. I get to moving.
Wait, if you see any of my crew, bring them back here.
I will. I'll do just that. And I get to move it and run through the ship. Dun, 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 dun.
As you are singing along, Mew-Mew, you and Eustace see the black shadow slip its way down the hall and bank a turn towards the airlock.
I'm going to grab Eustace's arm, sorry, Eustace, and start running in that direction. We have to follow it. Bring your fists.
Okay, sure. Whatever you say.
All right.
It's a bad guy. I want to kill all the bad guys because they're killing my home. I will light them on fire like they have lit my computers on fire. And everyone I love.
The passageway is empty. There's not a sight nor sound of anyone alive as you board the enemy's ship. You can see the now depressurized bay in front of you. Something happened here, and all the people fighting are now dead, sucked out into space.
Ugh.
Moving through the corridors, there's an eerie silence. Gabriel, you can move quite fast. Are you leaving the other 2 behind, or are you traveling with them?
I'll travel with him.
Okay. Safety in numbers. The three of you move. Kitch, are you staying on the ship?
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I can help them from here, I feel like. I'll like put the music full on blast, and then I can help them find their friend with my entropy etch-a-sketch. And keep the monsters at bay. Is that okay?
I think that's good.
/ fix my ship. So many holes in my darn ship.
As you are leaving the first hallway into the main corridor on the ship, the door behind you opens again, and out comes Gala Gala. In her tentacles, she has several advanced-looking firearms, and they start slither running down towards you.
Nice. Galagal is our
Ooh,
on our
they're
side, right?
they're behind.
Right.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know.
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah, they're the alien-looking alien who we read was with Madam Dr. Curie and was rescued. Yeah, I'm all excited. I want to go run up to them and assume that they're gonna give me one of the weapons to use.
You totally do. It's
Nice.
a big purple rifle.
I totally do not know how to use this, but it's cool.
Give one to Eustace.
Oh no, wait! I totally too do dots and weaponry. Thanks, professional training with your weird cult political mercenary organization.
Oh, you hear Kitch on the loudspeaker. Okay. 2 doors to your right. Open that door. There's a box of potato-looking things. Grab a handful of those.
Yeah. I'm gonna stuff my pockets with potatoes. My giant purple gun and my pockets full of potatoes. I'm unstoppable.
Are there any other colorful weapons that I could take from this person?
Yeah, do you want green or orange?
Let's go green.
All right, you get a nice bubbly green gun.
Nice. And I'm also going to stuff my pocket with a potato or two.
Okay. Pockets filled with potatoes. You rush into the interior of the ship. And it opens up to all those corridors strung with black tubing. Warning lights, green flashes, accentuate the shadows. For a moment, you do see something moving down a tunnel, but then it's gone. You can go straight, left, or right.
For one, I'll activate my Eyes of the Living, which I do.
Yeah.
I can see in darkness completely, or as much as it's allowed.
Yeah.
What direction did that movement come from, or go towards, as far as I can tell?
The right.
Let's go right then.
Can I use my little bit of fate magic just to confirm that that's the direction you want to go in, or if there's a better one?
Roll Fate Gnosis.
I got one.
You know in Star Wars where they get a bad feeling about something? You've got a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's not that one.
All right. I'll trust your instincts, Kenzie. Then what about down the left? How do you feel about that?
Do you want to roll roll another fate gnosis.
Yeah.
I assume it's
I
allowed.
have my hand, cut my hand over my eyes. I wave my hand like, also one.
Get kind of a better feeling about the left.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's go left. Left feels better. Definitely not right.
All right, we could try center as well.
Sure.
You
Let's
seem
try
to
the
have
middle one. Ooh, oh man, that's already 4 successes. That's 4 successes.
Yeah.
Put up both hands.
When you sense down the center corridor, you feel something really strange. Something like you've never felt before. It's kind of like an energy field. It feels momentous. There's like a bristling through the hairs on the back of your neck.
But like a positive intensity momentous. Or like this is momentous, this is the path.
Well,
Who
it's
knows?
definitely momentous. You cannot tell whether it is weal or woe. It's neither or both.
Kinsey, your aura, your resonance smells of excitement. What did you sense in the middle one?
Oh man. Okay, so like the right is bad. And the left is like, okay. But the middle is whoa. I don't know if it's a good whoa or a bad whoa, but it's just like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's going hard, whatever that is going hard at. I kind of want to check it out. Might be real bad, but it could be real good. It's just gonna be real something.
I would ask if we could go down the left first, and then we could go to the center, just because I feel like that will be momentous, and once that's over, we'll have to leave. If that makes sense.
The
Or we'll
vessel,
be dead.
the vessel shakes.
Yeah.
On the outside, Kitch, it seems that there is a squadron of technologically advanced fighters strafing the outside of the ship that you are attached to.
Does the music seem to be affecting them at all?
The fighters are different from those alien creatures, more like machines than demon beasts.
Okay. And a squadron is how many?
5.
Okay. I'll create a force field of pure radiation.
Around the entire ship that you're attached to?
Wait, sorry, I'm confused. There are 5 people on where?
So there are 5 space vessels flying around the enemy vessel that you are attached to, and they are attacking it.
Oh. Well, they might be on my side. I will open communications.
Okay. What do you say?
This is Captain Kitch of the Cat. This is Captain Kitch, captain of the Cosmic Astronomical Transport. Please hold fire. I've got crew on the ship. It's been neutralized. Their weakness is harmony, beautiful harmony music.
This thing is a black hole waiting to happen. They've left it here to destroy the entire planet. Comes the voice across the comms.
Meaning there's a bomb on it?
There's a nexus of all realities aboard.
I wonder if that's hackable.
Oh man, I hope it is.
I will relay it to my crew. Please hold fire till the crew has disembarked. Can I roll
Okay.
persuasion?
Yeah. Why don't you roll manipulation plus persuasion?
I got a success. 1.
There's a pause as they think about it. Back on board the ship.
All right. You two go down the center corridor and explore whatever magnificent thing that could be. I'm sure. Maybe. I'll go down the left and I'll catch up with you. I'll see what I can find. If I'm trying to find survivors and crew members, I can find in Danielle. If I can find them, if I can't, I'll double speed to catch up with you two, and assist you with whatever is going on. All right,
Okay.
and then I
Right.
get off.
So you split the party, is what I heard. And
Yeah.
one of you goes to
Seems
the
to be-
left. 2 of you go down the center corridor.
Yeah.
Walk down the center corridor.
I hold my. Oh, I have one. I hold my gun up like they do at an action movie.
Galagal is going to go with you since they travel more at your speed than Gabriel supersonic vampire speeds. And it's eerie here. Something off. And as you go into an intersection of a corridor, there's like a little antechamber here where it just widens out a little bit, and completely out of place, there is a little patch of grass and some cement sidewalk. And on the cement sidewalk, there's a small metal table with 2 metal chairs. In one of the metal chairs sits a man in a white button-down shirt with glasses. And they're looking at you, and they put their hands together. And then they gesture for one of you to sit across the table from them. On the table, there is a chess set.
Ooh. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I look at Kenzie and like, I got this. And I take the seat.
Have who between the two of us, who's better at chess?
I don't know. Cricket's feeling pretty confident right now.
Okay. I don't. What is this? Is this like? Do we just run into the devil? This is the devil's setup.
I don't know. Is it?
We got space pirate vampires, space wizards, and now space devils. All right. Hello, sir.
They smile, and their teeth, they're real sharp, their canines.
Probably another vampire. Yeah, it's all good.
What you doing there?
I'm waiting to play one last game before it all.
But we're gonna stop it from going.
How are you?
Yeah, toads.
I can't say I'd enjoy that.
So, this chess game, are we playing for anything in particular?
I suppose we could. He fingers one of the pieces. They're all elaborately carved, and the piece that they touch is the queen. And as they look at it, they say, we could play Well, I just want to play to enjoy the game. But what is it that you wish? If it's in my power, I would grant it.
I mean, I'm not exactly sure what kind of pull or your rank is, but if you guys can leave the solar system and leave Earth alone, that'd be a hell of a start.
I sadly hold no rank nor sway upon those who bring about the end of the world.
That's what
And
the
who
show-
are you? What are you even doing here? Where did you get the grass?
They look at you and say, one is afforded small luxuries when you have lived as long as I.
How long have you looked for?
Before time, in a timeless ocean, I saw the formation of all things. But come, why don't you sit, and we can play for the answers to your questions.
I don't like this Eustace. He's totally the devil.
I think he's deaf.
That's worse.
I
He's had a
mean,
good job of Hmm.
what do we have to lose?
Everything.
That's so much to gain.
Can I use my fate eyeballs at him before Eustace sits down?
Sure, fate gnosis.
Fate eyeballs. Oh, okay. That is 2.
They are just vibrating with so much intense destiny.
I think this is the wow factor I was talking about. Yep.
Gabriel, as you run down the left corridor, you see there is a room ahead that has been mostly collapsed. The ceiling buckled in under the force of some outside blow. A big structural beam has collapsed through much of the wiring in this room. There are bodies crushed beneath it, and one hanging near the ceiling is Danielle. She hasn't been crushed, but you recognize her instantly. There might be other people still left alive in here as well.
Yes. All right. Then I will try to get to her and try to investigate as many living people as that I can gather as well.
All right. It would be a dexterity plus athletics check to get to Danielle without making the beam fall.
Okay. 30 athletic. Four successes.
You do it. You run nimbly up it, and there's a moment where it creaks a little bit, but it doesn't collapse. And you reach Danielle. Do you want to pull her free?
Yeah.
Just like when you pulled free Dr. Curie, the tubes inside her arm pull at her muscles. She takes some damage as you separate her from the machine.
Okay. Then I'll try and feed her some of my blood.
Okay.
Wipe my wrist.
The blood spills down over her lips. For a moment, it seems that she will not wake. But then her eyes surge open, a blood hue racing through them. And she snaps to consciousness. Gabriel, what?
No time to explain, Danielle. And it cost me hunger.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I wrote it. I need you awake as much as possible. If we are to survive this, help me and help me get out of here. I need you on your feet and moving fast. I will carry you as much as I can. And then I'll try and look for anybody else who's alive.
All right, that would be an intelligence plus investigate check. And while you do it, we jump back to the chess game.
I don't know about this.
Eustace, you want to roll intelligence?
Yeah, actually, look at the wrong book. All right. Just straight up intelligence?
Just straight up intelligence.
Two successes.
As you play, you're confident in your moves, but they slowly begin to edge you out of board position, little by little, until finally you do a pawn exchange where they end up one pawn.
Okay.
What do you say as you are playing?
So is this what you do to pass the time? Just wait for random passerbys to play chess with?
I've tried many things to pass the time. Perhaps the most compelling is murder, but there's a price to pay with that.
I realize during all this, I've never actually quite caught your name.
They smile, that fanged smile. You can call me Caine.
Oh no. Kenzie doesn't say that. No, she totally does because that's a biblical name, but real life me is also saying, oh no.
So it's okay. Not even gonna go there. But all right. But just as Caine, you've been around since before time. You said.
It feels that way.
It feels that way. So not literally.
They
Okay.
shrug.
All right. Well.
Let's simply say that I am your elder. And they make a devastating move on the board. Roll another intelligence check.
One success.
With one success, you are not holding your own anymore. They are taking several of your pieces. You're on the ropes.
Yeah, clearly you are. I mean, by age alone, you are my elder. Yes.
Can I do some sneaky fate magic and for Eustace?
Yeah, what are you doing? Do you want to try to curse Caine? Do you want to try to bless Eustace?
Yeah.
All right. So you,
Okay. Dexter steps to it. Oh, locating, never mind. I was gonna do something else. But yeah, I think it's blessing Eustace with
9 against.
yeah, 9 agains.
You could do 8 against if you want to overreach.
Yeah, Kenzie totally would.
You want to spend any mana to reduce the paradox die pool, which is 2.
Yeah, I can totally spend mana for that.
Any 1 or 2.
2.
Okay, so chance die. You roll your prime plus gnosis, and paradox does not occur.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. Eustace, you're gonna get 8 agains on your next 2 intelligence rolls.
All right.
I'm just sitting there, like, fingers crossed, staring intently.
And Mew-Mew, outside, they say, "We don't have time for this. We've got to destroy it. You can disembark if you like, but there's really no time for this. We have to get to the next engagement." And they're going to start firing on the ship again, which you all feel as it shakes. Star Trek.
We have to hurry this game up. I don't think, can I like poke my head back in the door and see what's going on?
Which door?
So we're on a side of a door with cement and grass.
No, it's actually just an opening in the hallway. So it's like a little antechamber. Just a random spot in the middle of this hallway has grass.
This guy's weird. Okay. I'm gonna just, I guess, go to the next corner and look like if I see Gala Gala or anything.
Oh yeah, Gala Gala is here. Gala Gala is just like looking on in horror.
Gala Gala, can you like get them to stop shooting us? At least until we finish this game with the devil.
They're gonna scoot off towards the ship.
Thank you. Eustace, if we don't finish this game, it's okay. We can always not come back. No offense, Mr. Caine person.
It's just a pleasure to be able to play one more time before it all.
Yeah, no, hoping that the whole thing isn't after this is all done.
Oh, of course you would be.
I mean, I haven't lived quite as long as you, so still want some more time.
You should be thankful for every moment that you have.
You're not wrong.
Eustace, if you win the game, does that mean that our solar system is saved? Or are you just playing for fun? If you're just playing for fun, we should go.
Want to roll another intelligence check, or do you want to go?
I'm gonna roll another intelligence check, but I'm also going to use a willpower here.
Ooh, okay.
And you have 9 agains.
No, do I have 9 against or 8
Do it
against?
again.
8
Oh,
against.
8 agains too?
Yeah, because
You overreached.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already doing really well this roll. Yeah. So it was 4. I got 7 successes on that roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
With a careless move, you're able to capture their queen. You've almost made the game even.
All right.
Gabriel, how many successes on that investigate check?
3.
You find 3 living people in the mess that are these corridors.
All right. I activate Arms of Arhamad.
Okay.
Very well. Okay. By doing so, I rolled a 10 on my rouse, and when I do that without tenebration, that's what I call it. I gain a stain.
Oh, I see.
The emptiness of the abyss flows through, but I gain a stain, but I don't lose hunger.
Yeah. In fact, you feel the abyss very close right here.
But in doing so, I grow 4 shadow tendrils like Dr. Octopus. like
Nice.
like 4 shadow tentacles, and I use them to grab up these people.
You do that. And yeah, you can start heading back.
Yep, and I'll head back quickly this way. Anybody? Yeah, I understand they'll be injured, but I'll try to be as gentle as possible. And I'll wrap them up like sushi towards me. They get rolled up, well, like on my back, and various doc. We've seen Spider-Man. That's what Doc does. But shadows. All right, and that's it. Now I'm moving back towards the center.
All right.
Me in front, and yeah.
You do reach that intersection where you separated from Mew-Mew and Cricket. Do you want to go where they went or back to the ship?
Where I'll go where they went. I see Gala Gala here.
Gala Gala has actually already gone back to the ship, and that means that you see Gala Gala Kitch, who rushes in and exclaims something. You don't immediately understand it.
I'm sorry, my translator must not be working. Can you repeat yourself?
The others, they're still on the ship. You must make the vessel stop.
Oh, yeah, the vessel's shooting at this vessel? Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to them. Okay, can I roll another, diplomacy check, or?
You could not roll another persuasion manipulation check now.
Okay.
Try to intimidate them, or you could try a different argument.
Different argument. I will personally destroy this ship once my crew is back on.
Roll a presence plus persuasion attempt.
Allowing you to carry on and continue the fight. I will take over this part. Presence persuasion?
Yep. And Eustace, how did that last intelligence roll go there?
Let's find out. I'm actually going to use another willpower on this and try to hopefully end it this round.
Beat the devil at chess. The space devil.
Space devil.
4 successes.
And just as it looks like they're going to beat you, you do an upset and you take one of their rooks with a pawn, and it becomes a stalemate.
Wow. Good game.
Yes, indeed. You've pleased me greatly by taking part in this game. I feel I must still offer you some boon.
Save our solar system?
Your solar system is beyond saving. All of this universe is already lost. And I would have it no other way. It will be a good end to my story. A story that has stretched far too long. And he gets kind of riled as he says this, and Gabriel comes into the room, and Gabriel, you immediately feel how strong this other vampire is. Your whole body goes into fight or flight mode immediately. You're gonna have to roll against frenzy.
Which frenzy? I guess it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Roll the same dice.
Did he say this universe? He said this universe, not the universe.
I guess that's true.
Oh.
Ooh, pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. 5 successes.
With 5 successes, you managed to hold on to your self-control, your awareness of what it means to be you, Gabriel de la Guerra. Got it.
Do you, Caine, have ability to transverse between realities?
I don't.
Hmm.
But that's why I made sure that you were ready for this. And they turn and they look at Mew-Mew. And Gabriel, you recognize this Caine. You didn't have that same feeling as if you were encountering a powerful vampire when you first met them. But this is Hitchcock from the underground laboratory.
Well, okay. That's Hitchcock. But now, yeah, definitely I recognize it's a vampire. That's what I sense. Right?
Yeah. You didn't recognize him as a vampire before, though.
Oh yeah, we were just hanging out and stuff.
What do you mean? Ooh, you need to play chess to go to other realities? There's other realities? Wait.
There
It's
is-
been a long day. I've already been in another reality and it was big.
There's a door. And when you open that door, you will meet all of your possible selves. All you need do is kill one of them and take her place. The Void Engineers have built this door in their Copernicus station. And with that, I leave you into Shadow Bats.
My vampire things.
All right. We should get back to the ship.
But
Yeah.
wait, okay. You
Where
didn't
did
say
the
there was another
chessboard go?
door?
Is the chessboard still there?
Oh no, no, it's all gone. It's all bats.
All right.
All bats all the way down.
It was a vampire chessboard.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Mew-Mew, what were you saying?
I'm concerned that that chess game was also trying to bite Eustace. So he was saying there's a door to other worlds. Is that like here or just generally?
He said that was at the Copernicus station,
Copernicus.
Yeah, that's
wherever that is.
whatever
This-
that is. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's
this
do-
place. All right, this place was under fire like a second ago, right? Maybe we should leave.
yeah. Let's
Yeah.
get out of
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Fair. I'm gonna not think about killing myself. Ugh.
Interesting possibility.
I bet other Mew-Mews and I would get along great. I mean, we could be, I don't have to replace her. We could just be buddies. We could be twins. Can you imagine 2 Mew-Mews?
Yeah, I'm out.
So,
Possibilities.
the 3 of you and all of your rescued people, including Danielle, hustle back to the ship. Kitch, did you manage to convince them? How many successes did you get?
1.
No. You didn't. Like, they start firing on you a little bit. They keep firing on the ship. It's all shaking. The 3 of them and the rest all managed to get on board just as some critical damage happens and like an air pocket ruptures and suddenly parts of the ship get crumpled in by the pressure.
Which ship? Which ship?
Not your ship. Your ship
Oh, yeah,
has a forces
We're
mage who is holding it together.
that's right. We're going. We're going. Okay,
Not
good.
the
You're
jury.
here. You're here. You're here. You're here. Okay, good. Apparently, I've been told that what was the exact phrasing? the end of the world is on the ship or something?
A black hole waiting to happen.
That's it. So it's got to be destroyed.
Is that what's gonna make it happen?
You remove the ship from the other ship. Are you gonna fire upon it like these other ships are doing?
No, I'm gonna get as far away as possible. That's already handled. They're firing on it. I don't need to add to it.
That's totally true. You can roll piloting still, like a dex piloting, to fly the ship out of there. And the intrepid cat flies off, soaring out of range.
1.
Just barely out of range as that other ship turns into a black hole which swallows half of Mars, crumpling the planet in half. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Mars.
Why? I don't. Why? Why are they doing this?
Did
Not only is
I
the world ending, but the whole solar system ending.
I know, right?
Yep.
Did I fly away with that like smaller matter thing on it?
You know what? You actually didn't, because when you played the harmonic notes, that one removed itself as well.
Right.
I was thinking we could eat those things for your ship. That your ship could eat those.
Everybody gets 2 experience points.
Yay. Eustace played against the devil.
Sorry about your
Vampire.
planet.
Yeah, I have to get rid of my hashtag get home aspiration.
Well, you still can.
You're failing.
You definitely still can.
I
Can
guess
you
I'll
just-
leave it.
Can Eustace get an extra for playing against Caine Devil?
Yeah, you know what? Take a beat there instead of an experience point, but take a beat
Cool.
playing against the devil.
Well, I'm curious, what would have happened if I lost that game? If
Nothing.
anything,
Oh,
other
no.
than that.
It's a very
No.
low stakes game, but
Yeah, he was playing for no stakes.
yeah, you would not have impressed him. He might not have told you some of that information.
Mm.
And there was more information that he didn't tell you that you could have gotten out.
Hmm.
Damn the bat.
When did mages decide to colonize space?
It's a great question.
When did this happen? Like what?
Was it the 18?
They left the solar system and then came back to destroy it.
John Carver, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. It's a wild ride. I think that there are a couple more sessions left in this arc before it all goes kablooey.
Woo!
Oh.
And then we'll see what happens to all the characters.
All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Cool.
Exciting times and a pleasure playing with you all as always.
Yeah, good stuff. Fun. Crazy. Wow. Didn't see the end of the universe happening, but you know,
I
here we
didn't
are.
see. Yeah, I didn't see like Space Devil. That was cool.
That was cool. Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah.
Honestly, should have anticipated an apocalypse because every time, every time,
Every time.
every timeline.
If you go back and you listen to the podcast of these games and you just listen to the intros that I do every so often, they're all about the apocalypse and the world ending.
Yep.
And always there's this black circular shadow on a starry background, and that has always been the Dyson sphere that is the Copernicus station.
Oh.
Okay.
Easter eggs.
Rudy runs another game where it's also very apocalyptic. Atlantis is involved. And that game just like the chapter ended and another storyteller was like, would like to take some of the characters on just, personal growth stories, nothing life-threatening, very low stress adventures.
That sounds so nice.
I know, right?
At least I played chess this time. Can you imagine?
Is it
I thought
because of
that's what this
our
would be. We're such low level mages. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do like, monster of the week, maybe a tiny little government heist. No, you blew up our planet, Rudy.
End of the world again?
Is it because our world is ending in real life? This keeps that.
What?
Is it like a metaphor, an analogy of our own impending apocalypse?
Huh.
Bleeding into ours?
Let's not manifest that.
Well, there is the theme of the apocalypse is not the ending. That is one of the major themes of this story.
Oh. Okay. That's cool.
Rewrite the timeline.
Yeah, you could reset timelines, create new universes, new little pocket dimensions.
Yeah, we were introduced to a multiverse just then.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a Rick and Morty. Just assume the lie
Yeah,
for some other self.
Yeah.
You know what happened to Parallax? It's very concerning.
Yeah.
There is one more really big twist, maybe two, and there's also multiple paths that I have thought of, and sometimes you all come up with paths that I haven't thought of either. So I am interested to see what you do and see how it all ends. End.
One. I'm supposed to roll for stains at the end of it.
Oh yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So you roll your unstained boxes, I believe.
Yes, I rolled my unstained humanity, which is 3.
Oh, wow. That's you got a lot of stains, or you don't have a lot of humanity.
No. You only get to roll. So, like, I have a 6 in humanity, and so I got 1 stain. So I only get to roll 3 dice.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah. You can do it.
I did. Those are 1 out of 3. That's all I need.
Good.
Yay. Ooh, I feel better.
It did seem pretty close, but you did. You made it through your crisis of humanity.
Yeah. That obtenebration is dangerous stuff. That's how you get Doc Ock.
That's some good octopusing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
see
All right.
you next time. Does anyone have anything they want to tell the fans? We've got international fans in every hemisphere now.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks for watching.
I always see chatter and conversation throughout the world of Mage that are way over my head.
I'm in the same boat. Just here for the ride.
Right. But to help with that, we're gonna start putting together more informational videos for everyone. So keep an eye out for those.
Nice. I need